Welcome to the Real Estate Practice Podcast, the show that helps you know what to say when you're talking to buyers and sellers so that you can close more deals and earn more money. I'm Darren Tunstall, a real estate professional, coach, and #1 best-selling author. Let's get into this. Before we begin today's episode, I want to clarify some important points. I am a licensed real estate agent and my DRE number is 018534445. It's crucial to note that this podcast operates independently of my affiliation with Keller Williams Realty and any realtor associations. My primary goal with this podcast is to provide you, our listeners, with valuable information, insights, and practical tools. As a reminder, the purpose of Scripts and Dialogues is to come, learn, practice, and be prepared to fail forward. This is where we make mistakes and help each other out, but we're mostly interested in seeing how we can get better. First, we read through the script word for word, and then we go back and put it into our own natural tone, style, and phrasing. You won't know what to say until you go through the script. So, with that said, many people will say, that's not how I sound, and I totally get it. That's not how you sound. But that is the reason why we practice every day, so that the script becomes you and in your own voice. So, read it word for word first, then go back and put it into your own natural tone, style, and phrasing, and I think it'll work out. Today, we are working on another form of lead generation, which is called downsizing. Anybody want to take a guess at what downsizing is?
Selling your big house, taking the cash, buying something less.
There you go. All right. In this scenario, you are reaching out to prospective homeowners who may be considering downsizing to a smaller home. Your goal is to discuss the benefits of downsizing and understand their needs and preferences. The intention is to engage with the homeowner in a meaningful conversation and position yourself as the right agent to help them make the transition, ultimately securing a listing client. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something that we did similar to what we did yesterday, which is we're going to break out and we're going to practice. We didn't do that yesterday, but we're going to break out. We're going to practice for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to bring everyone back for the Wheel of Names game. And we're going to practice closing statements. Okay? And we'll just spin the wheel and we'll have the closing statements in there. And the closing statements are specifically to get the buyer to go, or get the seller to go to the next step. Make sense? Because if we don't ask, nothing happens, right?
Yep.
So we got to ask. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll break out. Okay, are you all ready?
Ready. Okay.
All right, let's get started. Let's have whoever wants to be the agent first.
I will.
Okay.
Hi there. My name is Emily with Keller Williams Realty. I'm a real estate agent specializing in helping homeowners like yourself explore downsizing options. How are you today? I've noticed
pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't like that because then I have to pause.
Yeah.
Okay. I've noticed that you've lived in your current home for quite some time, and I wanted to discuss the potential benefits of downsizing. Sound good?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought much about that so.
All right. Well, I'm reaching out because I've noticed that the real estate market is currently offering some excellent opportunities for homeowners who may be considering downsizing. With over 15 years in your current home, you've likely built up substantial equity, and downsizing could present a range of advantages. Would you be open to exploring these options further?
Sure. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Well, downsizing can provide various advantages. Excuse me. First, it can free up significant equity that you've accumulated over the years, allowing you to invest it elsewhere or use it to enhance your lifestyle. Second, a smaller home generally means lower maintenance costs, reduced utility bills, and potentially even a shorter commute if that's something you desire. Downsizing can also help you achieve a more manageable and convenient living arrangement tailored to your current needs Would you like to discuss your specific preferences and requirements further?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, what's on the market, house is a little big for us and it's 2-story and we've been thinking about getting into a 1-story.
Mm-hmm.
And but my biggest concern is, we have a nice low interest rate here. So, and the interest rates are high. And we don't want a higher mortgage than we have. So mortgage payment.
Right. Makes total sense. Well, to better assist you, I'd like to understand your ideal downsizing scenario. For example, what are the specific features or amenities you would prioritize, sorry, in a smaller home? Is there a particular location or neighborhood that appeals to you? By gathering these details, I can provide you with a list of available properties that align with your preferences. So what aspects are most important to you when considering a downsized home?
Well, I'd like to stay, in San Diego County somewhere, smaller home. Like right now, we have 4 bedrooms, it's 2 stories. Um, we have a formal living and dining area and then a family room, great room area. And we never use the living room. So that's kind of wasted space. And real important is the 1-story. Don't want to be in an HOA anymore.
Mhm.
And would like just not a big yard, but something big enough where we could park our RV.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing that information. I'll use these criteria to conduct a comprehensive search and compile a list of suitable properties for you. How about we schedule a time to meet in person or have a call next week to discuss the options I find? That way, I can provide you with a more detailed information tailored specifically to your needs.
Okay.
All right. How about Tuesday at 3?
How about around 5? My husband's still working.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. Well, I'm glad I could assist you. I'll send you an email shortly with some potential, to confirm our meeting time, and we could finalize the details. In the
Okay.
meantime, if you have any questions or think of anything
Mhm.
else, feel free to reach out. And I look forward to our discussion next week. Have a fantastic day.
All righty.
All right.
I couldn't speak today, and that was so many big words all in one sentence. So.
That's great. All
All
right.
right.
Let's reverse roles real quick, and then I'm going to bring everyone back for the wheel of names to practice closing statements. All right.
Okay. Hello there. My name is Barbara Riley with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm a real estate agent specializing in helping homeowners like yourself explore downsizing options. How are you today?
Good.
Great. I noticed that you've lived in your current home for quite some time and wanted to discuss the potential benefits of downsizing.
Well, I don't know what you mean, but how can I help you?
Well, I'm reaching out because I noticed the real estate market is currently offering some excellent opportunities for homeowners that may be considering downsizing, going from their larger home they've been in for some time to maybe something smaller and easier to maintain. With over 15 years in your current home, you've likely built up substantial equity, and downsizing could present a range of advantages. Would you be open to exploring these options further?
You know, downsizing is something we've actually thought about. And yeah, I'd like to learn a little bit more.
Great. So, downsizing can provide various advantages. First, it can free up significant equity that you've accumulated over the years, allowing you to invest it elsewhere or to use it to enhance your lifestyle. Second, a smaller home generally means lower maintenance costs, reduced utility bills, and potentially even a shorter commute if that's something you desire. Downsizing can also help you achieve a more manageable and convenient living arrangement tailored to your current needs. Would you like to discuss your specific preferences and requirements?
Um, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested in learning more and what options are available in the market.
Great. Wonderful. To better assist you, I'd like to understand your ideal downsizing scenario. For example, What are the specific features or amenities you would prioritize in a smaller home? Is there a particular location or neighborhood that appeals to you? By gathering these details, I can provide you with a list of available properties that align with your preferences. So, what aspects are most important to you when considering downsizing a home?
Well, I need a smaller yard. I don't want a small yard, but smaller than what I have. We have so much property.
Mm,
Something that I can maintain. And I kind of still want to be close to like shopping but not next door. If
right.
that makes sense.
Okay, great. I appreciate you sharing that information, and I'll use this criteria to do an extensive search and compile a list of suitable properties for you. So how about we schedule a time to meet in person to discuss the options I find? That way, I can provide you with more detailed information tailored specifically to your needs. Sound good?
Yeah, thanks for reaching out. I look forward to kind of checking out what you have to offer.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could assist you. I'll send you an email shortly with some potential meeting times, and we can finalize the details. In the meantime, if you have any questions or think of anything else, call me right away. I look forward to our meeting next week, and have a fantastic day.
Thanks.
And your email is blah, 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 blah. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, it sure is.
All right. So I'll be sending
How
that
did you get
over.
my email?
Well, you went on the site, looked at a home, put your email in there. That's why I'm calling you.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So, I'll send that email over to you right away. So check your email within the next half hour and choose a time, and we will meet face to face and talk about your options.
awesome.
Great. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to it. Bye.
Okay, I'm hung up on one of these lines that I really want to go back and change, which is, would you be open to exploring the options further? And to me, that's a yes or no question. So I would
Mhm.
prefer to
No.
just rephrase it to how open are you to meeting with me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go ahead and do this because I want to make sure we get plenty of time on this.
Quick question.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
So Fatty had a great question. How do you know when somebody is downsizing? It's because they've lived in it for so many years, right?
That's one reason. They could have lived in it for many years as well. You just gotta ask as
Oh,
well.
so,
In this case, it could be cold calling. Depends on how it's coming to you. If it's a referral, you might know them a little bit. If you're calling an SOI, you might know them, them in their situation too.
as,
Um,
Or you could be
what's
getting
that?
a list, that people who've owned their homes for, 10 years or more, 15 years or more.
so you'd ask your title person, give me a list of people that have owned their home for more than 15 years, and they'll give you a list, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or people of a certain age, retirement age.
But
Okay.
do your due diligence because I've called people who already moved and they said to me, well, I can't get much smaller than this because they'd already sold their big home and they moved to a smaller home. But I still called them
So the
and
quality of the
they had
list
already
matters.
moved.
Uh,
So it's
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
Yeah, but you can
and
always
one
turn that and say, well, how do you like it? And who do you know who
yeah,
wants to do what you just did?
yeah.
that's right.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Okay.
I just want to be clear on on one of the statements that you made, Amanda, which is 15 years or more. It ask your title rep to look at turnover ratios. Because every community has a different turnover ratio, meaning that they've lived there. People will live in an area on average for an average amount of time before they actually sell. So some areas are 7 years, some areas are 10 years, some areas are 15 years. People just don't move, right?
Yeah.
So figure out what that turnover ratio is. If it is 10 years, then my suggestion is to ask them for a list between 9, 10, and 11.
Okay.
You might be leaving some people out because some people bought a home and now they just got deployed somewhere and they got to move in a year. So,
Mm.
but I'm just saying, know what your turnover ratio is. Ask the title rep, what is the turnover ratio? And they'll explain the whole thing to you.
You can
Okay.
also do that There's some self tutorials on RPR about turnover ratios.
Okay.
Yes. It's super critical. Okay. Let's go ahead and practice some closing. It's called closing the conversation for downsizing. All right. All we're going to do is spin this wheel, and I've changed it to 3 seconds. Not going to be this long, drawn out, fancy wheel. Let me do one thing. I got to share the sound
Is
because
there
I
gonna
know
be
how.
is there gonna be the scripts in the chat box?
Or email?
No.
No.
The dialogue is going to be right in front of you. That's why I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to spin this. Move my Zoom tools over here. And we'll just start down the line, starting with Emily. Then we'll go to Barbara. Then we'll go to Amanda. And then we'll go to Fatty. And Killian is just listening in today. Okay? And
Okay.
it's not a dialogue. We're just going to read it out loud. Okay?
Okay.
Selling your home and downsizing is a big move, and I want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. I'll create a listing plan, set up a timeline, and pull some home options for you. Let's connect this week to map everything out.
And that's it. Just simple closing statements on this
I
is
like
what's
that.
You've put a lot of thought into downsizing. I'm excited to help you make it happen. I'll start preparing a market analysis for your home so we can price it competitively. Let's schedule a time to go over it and begin looking at new homes.
There you go. And Amanda.
Do I wait till they're clapping in?
No, you could go. We can.
Your home has great value, and I want to make sure you maximize it as you transition to your next one. I'll set up a marketing plan for your sale and get a list of downsizing options ready. When would you like to meet to discuss the details?
Go. All right, Fatty.
I'm really looking forward to helping you making this transaction. I will put together a competitive pricing strategy for your home and start researching properties that match your downsizing goals. Let's schedule a time to go over the next steps.
Yep. And we're going to go back to the top to Emily, and I'll make these available to everyone.
We're in a great market to get your home sold quickly and for top dollar. I'll put together a listing strategy while also finding the perfect home for you to downsize into. Let's meet this week to go over everything.
Speaking of top dollar, I went to a casino this past weekend and I won $300 on a game called Top Dollar.
Oh.
All right, Barbara.
The market is in a great place for selling your home, and I want to make sure we take full advantage of that. I'll pull together a pricing strategy and line up some homes for you to consider. How soon would you like to meet to go over the details?
There you go. Time we got 7 more minutes.
I appreciate your time today. The next step is to list your home while we find the right place for you to move into. I'll put together a plan and send over some homes for you to consider. Let's connect this week to go over everything.
Feel free to put it in your own words if you guys want.
Okay.
Up to you. I know it's not a whole lot of time, but
Downsizing can be an exciting fresh start, and I am here to help every step of the way. I will run the numbers on your current home and start looking at new options for you. Let's set up a time to go over everything together.
yep, we're getting that next appointment, right?
Yep.
I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with me. To make this process smooth, we'll start by getting your home listed and simultaneously looking for your next place. I'll send over a market analysis and we can set up a time to finalize your game plan.
All right. Barbara.
This was a great conversation, and I know we can find the right home for you while maximizing the value of your current one. I'll send you a timeline for listing your home and a few options to consider for your next move. Let's meet and go over everything together.
That's a great example of one that doesn't have to apply to downsizing. Most of these can all you have to do is remove the word downsize and you can use them still.
Mhm.
All right, Amanda.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate your time today. Based on what we've discussed, it sounds like downsizing is the right move for you. Let's set up a time this week to go over the next steps for listing your home and finding the perfect new place.
Yep. Patty.
Since you are considering downsizing, the best next step is to get together to get your home listed while we are search for your ideal new space. I will send you a few home options and schedule a time to go over the listing details for your current place.
Yep. And depending on their situation, that might be a contingency sale, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Now that we've discussed the benefits of downsizing, the next step is to put together a strategy to sell your home and find your next one. I'll handle the details and present you with a clear plan. Let's meet soon to get started.
There you go. Barbara.
We know selling a home and finding a new one at the same time can seem overwhelming, but I'll handle the heavy lifting for you. I'll prepare your listing and set up showings for potential new homes. Let's go over the plan together this week.
Mm-hmm. Got a couple. Let's do a couple more.
Since you're ready to downsize, we'll work on selling your home while searching for the perfect next property. I'll send over a market analysis and some home options, and we can meet to get everything rolling.
Patty.
Yep. I'm excited to help you through this transaction. I'll prepare a full marketing strategy for your home and start searching for the right next property for you. Let's set up a time to go over our plan and begin moving forward.
There you go. We have time to finish this off. Emily.
Now that we've talked through the benefits of downsizing, the next step is preparing your home for sale. I'll put together a plan for listing your home while also identifying potential properties that match your needs. What day this week works best to get started?
Yeah, you can all see the model here, right?
Mhm.
Barbara.
It's clear that you're ready to take the next step, and I'd love to be your trusted guide through the process. I'll put together a listing strategy and start searching for the best properties for you. Let's meet this week and go over everything.
And Amanda.
Well, it sounds like you're in a great position to make a move, and I'd love to help guide you through it. I'll take care of the details for listing your home and finding your next one. Let's schedule a time to go over the paperwork and tour a few potential new homes. How does that sound?
Fantastic. And Patty.
I love that you are open to exploring this transaction. I will prepare a marketing plan to get your home sold quickly and find some homes that fit your needs. Let's meet this week and set everything in motion.
And why should we do these? Why should we practice these?
So it sounds
can.
natural.
Yeah. When it comes up, it just comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Comes up, comes out. It's natural. It's organic. In doing it over and over, we put it in our own words, tone, style, and phrasing. The other thing is we have to ask. We have to, we have to lead the conversation. Lead the conversation. Here's what I'm going to do. Then this is what we're going to do. How does that sound to you? Perfect. Take the reins. Be the confident one, and ask for the sale. Ask for them to let's go ahead. Let's move forward on this. Go ahead and sign here.
Mhm.
Yep. So all of us correct. All right, that's it for today. Y'all have fun?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. I like it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Well, go. What's next?
Prospecting.
Yes, lead generation. Lead generation. All right. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good
Bye,
day.
guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, so that's the script. I hope that you found it useful. Just head over to realestatescriptspractice.com for more resources and downloads. This content is for educational purposes only and does not make any guarantees. We suggest you seek the help and or advice of your broker, coach, mentor, office manager, attorney, and or financial advisor. Brought to you by Darren Tunstall, a licensed real estate agent, DRE number 018534445. The intention is to provide you with valuable information, insights, and practical tools. Please note that all results may vary and participants are responsible for their own actions.